Rig tubing is a not much used product nowadays. Everyone seems to be on lead core or safe zone leaders, and it's still got a valid place in carp fishing. This rig itself has got rig tubing on it, and a lot of the lakes I fish, leaders are banned, so you can't use anything like lead core or safe zone, and it doesn't make the slightest bit of difference. In fact, in some occasions, rig tubing is actually better because it's thicker than the other things that you can use behind the lead, and as a result that means it's better for anti-tangle. So what we're going to do after I get this fella in is show you how I set it up. There's a product available called a lead clip action pack, so if you've never fished with tubing or anything like that before, it's all included in one pack, and it's very simplistic to set up. So this fella's getting close in now, so I'm going to concentrate on this for a minute and hopefully show you what's hanging on the end. Come on, get in the net. Get in the net. Oh yes, got him! Come on! Well chuffed with that one. That's a real good fish, and a very pretty one too. Well, they don't get much prettier than this. Absolutely stunning. 28 pounds, 12 ounces. My first fully scaled out of Gigantica, and hopefully it won't be the last. So we're going to get this fella back and then get on with that rig tubing. The lead clip system has to be the most versatile in carp fishing. It's also very simplistic to set up. The components of the lead system there, minus the lead, come together in something called a lead clip action pack. So you get 5 swivels, 5 lead clips, 5 rubbers and enough tubing to make 5 rigs. So to talk you through how to put it together, first of all, thread on your tubing. And what I always do is warm the tubing through my hands a little bit to straighten it once I've cut it off, so it makes it easier to thread. And always with the line, always stretch the line out, straighten it out as much as you can, and never bite it and try and thread it through. Always cut it with a pair of sharp scissors and it should thread through really easily. And what I do with tubing that I've already used, to make it easy to re-thread it, because sometimes you get dirt and grime go up the inside of it and it makes it hard to re-thread, I leave a bit of mono on the inside of it, and then I just tie that mono to the main line and drag the main line through it next time I want to use it. Good little tip there. So next on goes the rubber connector, and then our lead clip is slid on, and then I've tied on the size 8 Korda swivel that comes in the lead clip action pack, just with a Palomar knot. That's my favourite knot for tying mono to the eye of a swivel, and I've pulled that back inside until it clicks. That's absolutely vitally important. If it doesn't click, what's going to happen, the swivel's going to pull out before the lead comes off the lead clip, and the rig's going to turn into a running rig, and you're not going to dump the lead as it's intended to do. So if I can just show you how it should work, if I just hold the lead there and pull against it, that's what should happen if the lead gets snagged up when you're playing a fish. If that swivel's not in there tight enough, that will pull out first and it will run backwards and forwards, the lead will stay snagged and you'll probably lose the fish. It also means you can take the lead on and off when you're not fishing, so it doesn't rattle around on the rod, and it means you can change the shape and weight of the lead very easily as well. Works on all different kinds of bottoms, gravel bottoms, clay, weed, seal, absolutely everything. I'll just change the size and style of the lead depending on what I'm fishing on. So if it's very soft, I use the lightest lead I can. If I've got to fish a long way out, I use a heavy lead as well. One other important thing to mention about this, no super glue is required whatsoever. If you put super glue on the tubing or the rubber connector, that's going to make it brittle and it will probably snap. And also in between sessions, everything will dry out. So you need to wet the lead clip with saliva before you use it again, before you cast it out in the lake, and always do the test I've just done and make sure that it's going to dump the lead. And then on the other end of it, I've just attached a quick link to that. I've got a link loop tied in the end of the hook link. If I just show you that, pull that 3mm silicone sleeve out of the way. I'm a big fan of a quick change system, so you can take the hook link on and off very easily, and I've just tied a link loop onto the end of that hybrid soft hook link with just a 3 or 4 turn half blood knot, the first knot you ever learnt when you started fishing, and that tightens down beautifully and gives you 20-pound breaking strain. So if you've not used lead systems before, not tied them up yourself before, that's the one that I recommend. Very simplistic and very effective too. And how about that for a monster? Fish called drop tail, 55 pounds, my first 50 out of Gigantica. Absolutely over the moon to get this one. Taken on a barbless, size 4 long shank X, so I just squeezed the barb down on a long hybrid hook link and that all important cell hook bait. Wicked, what a carp.